there's an official in the Trump administration who, to his credit, basically just admitted, I'm a corrupt motherfucker, and that's how I do business. So it's very rare that politicians actually admit that they're corrupt and that they operate basically on bribery. So credit where credit is due. Now he's the head of the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau now. Mick Mulvaney, I believe he was budget director too. Listen to what Mick Mulvaney actually said in public. This was not like a Goldman Sachs speech from Hillary Clinton. This was not like a blooper where he thought he was in private. He just said it out in the open, folks. Mick Mulvaney, the interim director of the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, told banking industry executives on Tuesday that they should press lawmakers hard to pursue their agenda, and revealed that, as a congressman, he would meet only with lobbyists if they had contributed to his campaign. Quote, "We had a hierarchy in my office in Congress," Mr. Mulvaney, a former Republican lawmaker from South Carolina, told 1,300 bankers and lending industry officials at an American Bankers Association conference in Washington. Quote, "If you're a lobbyist who never gave us money, I didn't talk to you. If you're a lobbyist who gave us money, I might talk to you." At the top of the hierarchy, he added, were his constituents. If you came from back home and sat in my lobby, I talked to you without exception, regardless of the financial contributions. Oh, I'm sure he did, said Milt Mulvaney, who received nearly $63,000 from payday lenders for his congressional campaigns. I mean, I got to be honest with you. I'm crediting Mick Mulvaney for being so honest about his corruption. You don't see that every day. But this is what's wrong with the country. This is why you haven't gotten a raise probably in a long time. This is why you can't afford your health care. This is why you can't afford to send your kids to college. This is why you can't afford to pay off your student loan debt. This right here. I say it one more time. We had a hierarchy in my office in Congress, Mulvaney said, in front of bankers and lending officials. If you're a lobbyist who never gave us money, I didn't talk to you. If you're a lobbyist who gave us money, I might talk to you. What could you even say in response to that? He's admitting that he's not a public servant. He is a servant of lobbyists. Let's take a look at who gave him money, shall we? Here's Mr. Mulvaney's, the top industries he took money from in his campaign. All right, number one, retired, $418,000. What does that mean, retired? Okay. The insurance industry, $258,000. Ooh, insurance industry giving you money. You know who it makes up a lot of insurance industry people? Say it with me now. Health insurance. Securities investment, $241,000. That would be Wall Street. Commercial banks coming in at $202,000. And let me tell you, those weren't small mom and pop commercial banks giving him money. Leadership PACs, that would be super PACs. Real estate, $183,000. That would be fat cat developers gentrifying the United States of America. Republican conservative, who knows what that means. Health professionals, $148,000. That would be the pharmaceutical industry. Finance and credit companies, that's not exactly people trying to give you credit for your ice cream shop. Accountants, I don't want to criticize because many of them are Jewish and my brethren. Just keeping it real. And miscellaneous finance, whatever that means. I'm sure it means the mafia for all we know. So that's the top industries he took. Let's look at his top individual donors, shall we? Club for Growth. Oh my God, I'm so tired. Club for Growth, that bastion of progressivism, 88 grand. And by the way, he only was a congressman for a few years. Blue Cross Blue Shield, $44,000, that bastion of healthcare choice and freedom. No. Koch Industries. Who's Koch Industries? I've never heard of them. $35,000. Duke Energy. Oh, another big oil contributor at $33,000. American Bankers Association, 32 grand. Credit Union National Association, 30 grand. Oh, God, it doesn't end. Ernst & Young rounding out the top 10 at 25,000. So let's say Mick Mulvaney, not exactly a man of the little guy or gal. Not exactly a friend of the worker bee. Yet he's the interim chair of literally the Consumer Financial Protection Agency. These are the people leading our country. And by the way, this is just one person who openly said it. This is how the Barack Obama administration worked. This is how the Trump administration works. This is how the Bush administration worked. This is how the Clinton administration worked. This is how the Bush the Elder administration worked. I don't know. I think was he in intensive care?
Yeah, he's out.
All right, you know, Papa Bush was in intensive care and now he's out, thank God. Don't wish him death. My condolences on Barbara. Reagan administration worked. I mean, we're just swimming in corruption, folks. All we have is our voices and our internet and our Patreons. This is all we have as a people. I'll continue exposing it. And you know, Mulvaney is just the tip of the iceberg. And there's a big problem because there's so many state and local officials that are getting away with just abhorrent corruption that never gets called out because there's no corporate media nationally or local media. Think about your local media where you live. Are they exactly calling out your local representatives or your congressmen or your senators and going to their opensecrets.org page and pointing out to you this is who you're voting for? Or pointing out who they're having fundraisers with? I don't think so.